Hello you, I hope you're good. Wowee, I'm embarrassed. I'm gonna say this phrase one more time. It's been a while. I keep saying, oh, I'm gonna come back to YouTube, I'm gonna do some things, and then I disappear, and I'm just like, but we're gonna get into why I have been doing this later in the video. Also, I lost all my camera batteries for my actual vlogging camera, which is why we're being a bit more casual today. I hope you don't mind. But let me just have my little pannier snack and then we'll get into it. Hello. I'm hiding in the bedroom now because there's some builders at the window. The other side. We're all hiding in here. There's my other cat, that's me, so. Today I want to talk about how to create when no one is watching, when no one is supporting you, and how to keep strong in that, because you know, we need more artists in this world. We need more creative people in this world. We need people to bring joy into this world because it's dark. That's why I'm dressed in all black today. Actually, I have an eye for this occasion. Shall we change the eye? Oh, yes. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. We're getting into Halloween. This is perfect. Yes. Today, I'm going to talk about this subject through my experiences and my journey, because I've been creating for a really long time. I've been on the internet, creating especially on the internet for a really long time. And I'm hoping that this can somehow inspire you as well, to continue to be creative and to continue to just keep going. Before we do that, I just want to remind you of a few things in case you missed it, in case you're not on my other socials. Number one, I make music again. Yay! Been doing it for 3 years now, but some people still don't know. I just released a song called Romanticy. I absolutely love this song. It's my demisexual book nerd anthem, and I absolutely adore this song, so please go and devour it. Number two, I have a free monthly newsletter where you can really see what's going on in my life. I recently did one about a crash out that I had. We're going to talk about that a bit in the video as well, but if you're in the newsletter, you get to see all this stuff first, and it's free. It's on my Patreon. There is other paid bits of the Patreon you can access as well. There's some really, really cool stuff on that, but that bit is for free, completely free, and you can catch up with everything. Because we know the algorithms don't always serve you my face. And that's it, really. So let's talk about this crash out that I had, because it is very related to the subject today. I had worked really, really hard on this new song, and when I first started putting out the content to promote it, it didn't do well, and I'd worked really, really hard. Like, I'd gone to France and literally performed and filmed videos at the Merlin Castle, by the way. It's probably some of my favourite things that I've filmed in recent times. I absolutely adore that footage. Posted it, absolutely flopped. And I think something had been bubbling inside me for such a long time that just at that moment came out. It was also 2 days before my period. I don't even know how long I've been on the internet for. I literally was putting silly videos up on YouTube when YouTube was born. I had a live journal, if anybody remembers those. I came to the internet when you couldn't even really be an influencer. You couldn't even make money online. But obviously over the years that grew. I feel like I developed a community, and I put in so much time and work over, I think it must be about 12, 15 years, maybe longer. I had almost like an egotistical moment where I was like, well, I've been working so hard for so long, and at this big age, why am I still flopping? I really, really, really let my ego get to my head. Actually, I think it was just kind of, in that moment, a lack of awareness of how growing up on the internet and creating on the internet has formed my brain, and sometimes can form my insecurities. If you don't have any like background connections, or you know, you come from me, you don't really come from anything, and you come from Barnsley up north, the only kind of way that you can kind of express your creative things to the world is through the internet, and you are reliant on these algorithms. And then through time of doing that for years, you feel like your worth is dependent on how well your things do, on how well the algorithm picks if It's good. Basically. Am I making sense here? I don't feel like I just said any words. If the algorithms are not on my side, if the algorithms decide that it's not worthy, then I am not worthy. And I had a full on crash out for days, being like, I think I'm gonna give up. I think this is it. I think I'm done. Because I just can't do this anymore. And in fact, I've kind of gone like this over the years instead of this. But actually, that was my brain telling me straight up lies, because it hasn't gone like this. It's gone like whoa, and then 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 whoa. And I'm currently in this like V bit here. But what's interesting about this V bit is where the most interesting things happen as a creative person. When your work isn't doing well, when no one is watching, that's when you can have the most fun. And that's what I've learned from being online for so long. By the way, I just want to make it clear that I am not ungrateful, and I do acknowledge the people that are here. So a very lovely hello to anyone who's watching, and hello to myself for showing up. Thank you. I have never ever in my whole career regretted just making what I want to make. Whenever I'm passionate about something, I will create something about it, I will make it, and I'll probably share it online. And I've always kind of been like an artist that is like, oh, what is Kelsey gonna do next? She's doing music. Oh, now she's doing film things. Oh, now she's got a Tumblr blog. Oh, now she's a Harry Potter fan person. Creator. Oh, she's a dancer. Oh, like I've done so many things. Fun fact about this channel actually started off as an anime music video channel, but that's how I learned how to edit things. Unfortunately, those videos are gone because of copyright. But yeah, that's how this channel started. I've done all sorts, and I don't regret it, because that's who I am as a person. It's who I genuinely am. But the issue with that is the algorithms on the internet don't like that. They don't know where to put you. They don't know who to show you to. They don't know what's going on. They're confused. They're just as confused as probably some people watching me. But I did have a moment where I started being really successful. I actually had two moments. I had one moment back in the day when I was doing like the dancing and stuff, and the music. I was doing well. I was like the algorithms were pushing me. I found a community, and the algorithms would bring those people back, and I was doing great financially. Actually, I was going on tour at conventions. I was doing all sorts, and I was having an absolutely wonderful time on the internet. And then the second phase was when I went into my Harry Potter fandom moment, and I made a Harry Potter fan film, and I made a lot of Harry Potter content, and I have a video of me go viral of me dancing as a certain Harry Potter character. But I, for two reasons, stopped doing the Harry Potter content. Number one, I could see myself being put in a box, and I could feel the box and the walls pressing down on me. Number two, I don't support J.K. Rowling at all, and I don't wanna continue supporting her in any way, shape, or form. I'm probably gonna alienate my key audience. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm not doing anything Harry Potter. I don't want Harry Potter people on this channel. Sorry, I'm gonna be really harsh about this, but I can't. The only reason that I have the film still up is because, you know, it isn't just my creation. It's a whole team of people that worked on that. And actually, queer and trans people worked on that film. And I don't want to take that away from those people. But here's the issue. The Harry Potter phase has killed my channel. Completely killed my YouTube channel. I haven't made Harry Potter content for, I think, about 6 years now. I haven't made Harry Potter content. And still, YouTube only recommends me to Harry Potter people. So when I'm doing the stuff that I want to do now, and I'm doing my creations, I'm almost doing it to avoid. That combined with like my music flopping and stuff like that kind of put me in I guess like a spiral. Hi. And this is where we get to the juicy bit. Because I was like fully like, I've got another job. I got another job off the internet. And I was just like, you know what? I give up. That's it. I've tried for so long. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop and I'm going to get offline. That lasted 2 days. Big advice, if you're feeling the pressures of the internet, go take a break. Because in that time, I had an epiphany. I had a moment where I was like, wait, this is going to be my life now. I'm just going to do my other job and not create and not make anything. I'm not going to be a creator anymore. It felt like a part of my soul had been ripped from my body, and like some sort of like werewolf had like torn it to shreds. Some sort of monster, like my dreams and my goals were like dripping from its fangs. In that moment, I realized I have to create. It's not about the views. It's not about the attention. It's not about how well something does. It's not even about if anyone's watching at all. It's about I actually have to. It's part of my human experience. And I am not me when I'm not creating. And now it's like, well then Kelsey, Norma, my artist name is Norma Night. Norma, why don't you just not put it on the internet then? Just make and then don't put it on the internet. I still think the power of art is sharing it, but the true essence of the art is the human behind it and the experience you have making the art. The end point is you sharing it. And then that part of you sharing it goes out into the world and people interpret it however they want. They take what they need from it and then they absorb that into their normal lives and they might even create something else and the cycle continues. And I think that is like such an incredible part of art and it's an essential part of art. But the root of it has to come from you just need to create. How do you get to the point of being okay with creating when no one's watching? And here's what I've got to share with you. I have realized the times in which I have actually been the most happiest and weirdly the most successful is when I've been in my flop era, because no one is watching. I truly then fully, like all of the illusions, everything, just all of the pressures and the voices from other people and, you know, like the expectations from other people goes away and it leaves space for you to just like really truly be who you are and do what you actually want to do. And in turn, that then boosts you back up mentally and usually successful wise too. And here's a case in point. Romantasy was made at probably the lowest point of my flop era. My song Romantasy. Passenger Princess, also in the flop era. And I just made those because I was having fun and there was no pressure. I made a mistake with Romantasy. And I'm going to tell you what the mistake was. When I was doing the promo videos and working really hard and doing all the castle things and everything like that, I was doing it from a viewpoint of, how can I make this a fun transition and make it marketable so people can do transitions, and then maybe that'll get like viral and people will share it and cosplayers will do stuff and things like that. And I used the chorus. But the secret was the chorus wasn't my favorite part of the song. The verse was my favorite part of the song. But because those videos flopped, I decided, you know what? F it. Fuck it. I'm just going to do what I want. I'm just going to do what I want. And I decided to film some of the verse parts. And on the day of filming the verse parts, I was having a nervous drop because my hair wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. I had it down like this and it was just looking a mess, and I almost gave up. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm so done. Every time I try and do something, it just goes wrong. I was in that state of mind. I was insufferable. I sometimes get insufferable when I'm creating because I am a bit of a perfectionist. And then jokingly, I was just like, what if I put a book on my head instead? And I was like laughing, and then I was like, actually, you know what? Let's just put the book on my head. No one's gonna judge me. No one's watching it anyway. So we filmed the verse with the book on my head. Guess what? Immediately connected with people. Immediately went, boom. And now this song is my quickest, highest streamed song of Norma Night, because I was in that like pit of no one watching. In that pit of, well, no one's watching, might as well do what I want to do. Lesson learned. I think what we can all find out of this is that it's okay to flop. It's okay if no one's watching. In fact, that's the most magical part. I sometimes look back and look at my younger self and see the enthusiasm that she had and the excitement she had, not because anyone was watching, but because I was just making stuff and putting them on the internet and connecting with like 4 people. It can be really hard, especially when your creativity is tied to your living, to your money, to your success. And that was one of the other reasons why I had a crash out, is because, you know, at this big age, I feel like I should be more secure, I guess. But when I took the break, I realized sometimes, you know, when you're a creative person, oh God, I was about to say a really good sentence. Someone's here. What the lesson is when you are a creative person, you should not get disturbed, because I actually have no idea what I was saying now. So I think it was going to be quite profound as well. Quite mature of me, quite introspective of me. But I guess we'll never know. I'm still on this journey, you know, I still catch myself being like, oh, well, you know, it didn't do well, so like, just don't do that anymore. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Basically, when you're a creative person, your life doesn't look like normal people's journeys. Don't compare your life to other people's journeys. In fact, comparison is the thief of joy. My friend said this, and it's been on my desk for years. Comparison is the thief of joy. Really, truly, as a creative person, you really, really have to take that on board. And you have to look after yourself, and you have to stay strong in your beliefs of who you are, what you want to do, even when no one's watching. And I don't think people realize how strong-minded and how brave and how strong it takes to be someone creative, whether that's offline or online, anywhere. And I don't know where this will take me, but I know I'm probably never gonna give up. Because I've tried to give up, actually, multiple times. I've tried. I've been like, what am I doing? It's not good for my stability. Sometimes it's not good for my mental health. And I can't. It's like this instinctual part of me that without it, I'm just like this floating orb of nothingness. And I feel this call, almost like a weird, creepy, old, desperate, clingy friend that I have to feed. I would absolutely love to know what you think about this. I've really, really felt like sharing this with you today, because I see a lot of people, I meet a lot of people in real life who are like, wow, you do all these things. I would love to do that, but you know, I've tried and it just doesn't go anywhere. Or like, I've had this dream to do this for years, but like no one's watching. And it makes me so sad. It makes me so sad. And also, like, I'll leave it with this. If it's something that you truly, truly want to do, the successful people in whatever you want to do are just the people who didn't give up. It's not talent, kind of a bit, but it really isn't talent. It's the people who are the bravest, the people who don't give up. However, I will say as well, if it is getting you to a point where you are in a deep depth of despair and doom and it's really affecting you mentally, then maybe the best thing for you to do is to not do it. And that's also okay. Everyone has their own journeys. I think the overall conclusion of this video is, don't underestimate the power of not being seen when you are creating, because that's when you are the most powerful, basically. And that's when the most magic happens, is when when all the pressure is off. That's when you're fully yourself. And I think the key is to try and then keep that essence when your stuff will eventually start to do well, because it will. If you have the privilege of having the internet, if you are consistent and you are true to yourself, I believe it can happen for you. And I believe it can happen for me. How cool is that? I will see you very soon, hopefully,
in the next one. Bye!